I just got let go from my job as part of organizational shifts and return to office. As you guys know, I have been a remote employee for the past 5 years, really since the beginning of the pandemic. And I'm crying because, not because I'm sad that I got let go. Obviously, the instability of losing an income always sucks. What sucks most about being let go is somebody taking control out of your hands. I always preach internally and here at home that we have got to be the people in the driving seat of our futures, of our careers. And when a company takes that control out of your hands, it sucks because all of a sudden the plan that you had, the roadmap that you were on board for, is gone. Now you've got to start over. And this is why you've always got to have a plan B, a plan C, and most importantly, an emergency fund. I am incredibly upset and frustrated. There have been several shifts in the company in this last couple of months that I just knew the writing was on the wall and I knew my time was coming. But the fact that we have an emergency fund, because ultimately that is what matters at the end of the day, is that we have money to pay our mortgage, to pay for our daycare. We have that as a fallback, and I can take time, maybe a week, to just collect my thoughts and put together a strategy for job hunting. Always be prepared for the unexpected because ultimately companies will always put themselves first. And as much as you want to believe that you're part of the family, you like the people you work with, it's a business transaction, it's a business contract, and you've got to handle it as such. But please know that you are more than your job. You are more than what you do. Have a plan, have an emergency fund. Do not spend more than you need to. Live below your means. We are in strange times. That isn't beside me losing the job, just general messaging. Protect yourselves, treat yourself as a business, and always be looking for better opportunities because companies would do the same, and they are.
I know I look rough, but people always do these like talks when they're getting ready. Well, I'm gonna do these talks while I go to bed. So I got laid off today, which was great. I work remotely. So I left my house to go drop my car off at Discount Tire because I had a nail in my tire. Literally brought my laptop with me to work while I was there. Get there, try to log on. It's not letting me log on. It's like, okay, weird. Maybe like it just doesn't like the Wi-Fi here, like whatever. And so I was like, whatever, I'll just work late when I get home. This is fine. Get a call like 10 minutes later from HR. Hey, is this a good time to talk? I'm like, yeah, I guess, yeah. What's up? And they're like, we just wanted to let you know that effective immediately, you are no longer employed. And so you don't need to report to work today. You don't need to work. Your laptop is deactivated. You can't log on. We'll be sending you some details and your final paycheck next week. Yeah, that's it. Do you have any questions for me? And I was like, yeah. What happened? Why am I laid off? And they said, oh, it's for company needs. We all know that's a hawk and load of you know what. So I was just like, okay, that's fine. And I'm not saying I'm a perfect employee, but there's a lot of people who have told me, like, I do a really great job. I'm the most, responsive person they've ever dealt with and all that. So a little backstory, I recently got promoted to a different position. Me and that manager don't vibe at all. I actually recently requested to go back to my old position because I said, like, I just don't think this position is right for me. Note that when I first got that position, I asked them, I said, if I take this position and it ends up not vibing, can I go back to my old one? Yes, absolutely. No problem. Okay. So about a month ago, I'm like, hey, it's not vibing. Can I go back to my old position? They're like, yeah, okay, we'll start the paperwork to like get you transitioned back. And then it's been a couple weeks, and I'm like, hey, like, am I going to transition back? This role really is just not working for me. And I like went to my manager's manager and was like, I'm concerned I'm going to get fired because I really don't feel like we're vibing. Like, I don't think she thinks I'm doing a good job. Like, I'm concerned. Like, I am a single mom, and if I don't have an income, then my household has no income. And he was like, no worries. You're not going to get fired. We'll move you back to your old role. Don't worry about it. Like, it's no one's goal to fire you. Well, we learned that's not true, right? So anyway, I don't have a job. So if you like my content, which is mostly eBay stuff, which is going to be ramping up because I've got all sorts of time now, please give me a follow, just so I can grow this account and maybe, make a little bit of income while I search for other positions. I'm also going to do a little video probably tomorrow or later this week when they finally send me my official severance letter of me navigating Georgia unemployment. So if you're in Georgia, might be useful to you because apparently everyone in the world is being laid off right now. So yeah, thanks for coming to my dramatic TED Talk. And yeah, give me a follow if that's something that interests you. If my face didn't scare you too much. And thanks for listening this long if you're still here.
I got laid off today, and I was not going to make a video about this. I wasn't sure that I was going to publicly talk about this, but because we are in 2025 and there is this great layoff movement that is happening and people are going through this every single day, I wanted to come on here and say a couple of things. First things first, if you do not feel secure in your job and if you are afraid of being laid off, trust your discernment. Honey, be prepared. Last year, I recognized that my services were no longer needed within this company. So when the layoff word started being passed around in early 2025, I wholeheartedly believed that my job was going to be at the top of the list of being eliminated. And today, I found out that I was not wrong. So I'll say it again. Step one, if you feel even the teensiest bit of insecurity in that job, believe it. Trust your gut and start preparing. How do you prepare? Get that resume together. If you are able to hire yourself a career coach, do that also. Prepare yourself. If it's been a while since you've been in the job force and you've actually had to look for a job like myself, you need somebody to help teach you how to interview. Guess what? Cover letters, they're coming back. They're making a comeback. You got to learn how to write a cover letter. Sis. Okay? You're going to need somebody to help teach you how to do that. You need a resume update. You need to learn how to write a cover letter. You need some career coaching. Okay? Also, looking at recruiting firms. Find what's out there. LinkedIn will not get you where you want to go. Google will not get you where you want to go. Know what industry that you want to work in and start there. And then find a recruiter or a consulting firm that can help you navigate that space. Get specific. Get your notebook out, get your journal out, and be specific in what you're looking for because you cannot do it on your own. I'm still employed until June 12th, and I'm going to walk you guys through this journey and how I've prepared myself through it, how I prepared my family for it. And do we have everything together? No. However, I will say that mentally being prepared, that is the best place to start. Get your mind prepared. Your body will follow. Everything else will get there. Okay, you don't have to have it all together, but don't be caught off guard. Don't be caught off guard. That's my advice. If you are experiencing or work for one of these big companies and you are looking down the barrel of a layoff in 2025, we're going to talk more about this. I love you guys. Good night.
I'm almost 50 years old and I feel like I'm starting all over again. I got laid off at the end of last year in 2024. We're now in May of 2025. And I still don't have a job. I'm applying. I've applied to almost 200 different positions. I've had interviews. I've had callbacks. Nobody has pulled the trigger. I did work in education. And so now I'm still just trying to find a job. I'm trying to do other things. I'm exploring this TikTok stuff. I am trying to sell on Poshmark, selling used clothes, whether I'm selling my own or I go thrifting and I resell there. I am making woodworking things so I can sell them on Facebook Marketplace. But I don't know if it's my age. I don't know if it's the industry. I just don't know what to do. I have time. I'm doing things. I'm trying to think of all the things. I do some online freelance type of work just to bring in a little bit of money, but it's nothing full-time, nothing permanent. So here I am pouring my soul on TikTok. There's got to be other people like me out there. What did you do? Share your stories. Let's figure this out together. I'm at a loss. I don't know what to do, man.
I was just laid off from my full-time job last week, and if I said I wasn't freaking out, I would be lying. I've been freaking out all weekend. But something that keeps me going is I'm at a better spot than if this happened a year ago. For those who don't know, I'm a content creator. I have a little bit of following on the other app with the same username, and I create UGC content. I work with a lot of brands. I have paid brand things that are due and coming up, and I feel like I haven't really focused on that in a while, so this is a perfect time. I truly think this is my time to shine in the influencer space. That being said, it's still not easy, and I know layoffs are happening everywhere. It's happening in marketing, it's happening in the government, and it's just, it sucks. It sucks to already be worried about finances and money and things being expensive, and then a rug pulled out of you. I'm sad. I'm angry. I don't know if I could have prevented this. I don't think so. I think it's really out of my control, but I think it's the universe putting me in a spot where I can truly shine and do what I truly want to do, which is create content full-time, be a full-time influencer. But yeah, if you're new here, I'm Anais in Balance. I create content around living a balanced lifestyle in Miami. I love going out. I love going to space. I love going to concerts. I love drinking, but I also love wellness and taking care of myself. And right now, I truly need that taking care of myself over the latter. So I'm going to bring you along this journey. Today is Tuesday, May 27th. And I have things to do. I have videos to edit, videos to film, my life to kind of regroup. And so I think the first phase of this is to regroup, to reset. We're going to clean today. I'm going to take you around my day, and I have a lot of ideas, a lot of good things coming. It's Miami Swim Week, so I have a lot of events to go to. I actually am going to go film a dinner tonight for a dinner collab. So yeah, so all good things. It sucks, and it's okay that it sucks, but the show must go on. So let's get today going.